All right, so let's talk about the journey of the first 750 miles of learning to ride. To start off, I want to say I think the most improvement has already been done. And so what I mean by that is, say one day you're practicing clutch control, taking off from a stoplight, and you're okay, you know, you still have a little bit of worry about stalling. A couple days later, you're doing a noticeable amount better. I mean, it's like, wow, okay, for 2 days you're doing pretty good. After that, it's kind of like where I'm at, and you know, I'm this good. Say you look at me 2 months later, I'm better, but it's not that much better. Whoa, I gotta stop. So yeah, maybe I'm leaning a little bit more in turns. I'm able to take turns faster. I'm only slightly better for the amount of time compared to when I started learning, you know. So that's where I feel I'm at. At the beginning, when I started riding, I definitely was concerned about not stalling at a stoplight. I was like, okay, let's let out the clutch, let's be good. Now I'm to the point where I'm not worried about it. I mean, I know where the friction zone is. I don't have to look down to see what gear I'm in. I can tell based off how the bike rev matches, I can tell which gear I'm in. So if I want to downshift from third gear to second gear, I have to lip the throttle more compared to other gears, just because of that's how this gearing is in R3. I don't think I'm going to make this light. I'm pretty sure it's going to change because it has a sensor. And yeah. There we go. The other thing is braking. Definitely earlier on, I was trying to see how much braking power the bike has, how long it takes to stop at certain distances. Now I can gauge it pretty well, at least comfortable enough to disable ABS. Earlier on, when I want to say it was first a round or two when I was on the highway, I still had ABS on and traffic came to a stop real quick, and I think one of my tires locked up for a quick second and ABS kicked in. But now that I've become more comfortable with the braking on this bike, I've turned it off. So I'm still cautious for sure. However, I'm more comfortable with it. Like the past couple stoplights where I had to stop pretty fast, I knew my brakes weren't going to lock up. I was stopping fairly fast, but I knew I was still fine. They weren't going to lock up. So yes, this first 750-ish miles, and depends how fast of a learner you are as well. I consider myself a fairly fast learner. I don't think I'm insanely great at learning stuff, but I consider myself fairly fast. So it may take more miles, it may take you 250 miles. Like it depends on how fast you are at picking stuff up, but I consider myself fairly fast of a learner. So these first 750 miles, I got the basics down. I could take off from a stoplight fine, I could stop fine, I can go around a corner somewhat fast, depends on what you consider fast. Definitely not at all close to dragging knee. We'll get there, but it's going to take some time. By 1,000 miles, you should be able to know which gear you're in while riding without having to look down. That's definitely one of the things. The other thing is RPM range. Before, I definitely had to look down to figure out when to shift. After riding the bike, I can feel and hear what the bike sounds like at which RPM. Okay, thanks for stopping, man. Appreciate it. But yes, back to what I was saying. I can hear and feel what the bike sounds like at certain RPMs. And this might go for only me. However, I feel like the road can only help me improve so much from now on. You know, I still improve from riding. Just going out riding, I can still improve. However, I need to get on a track or do courses to make big improvements. I can make small improvements on the road, but to make bigger ones, I need to have track days or something like that. So yeah, that's about it. See you guys in the next one.